All right. So this is my morning ritual. This is kind of made for Mike Leinum, Frank Parretta, Tyler Scott, Big Rob Etherton. So the first thing I do is I get my incense going. If you can see that or not. And then I start with the breathing and stretching. So this is a kind of a sacred thing. They're known as Sven presses, but you kind of make it to where there's like a invisible quarter in your palm. You touch the fucking calluses first, and then you press your hands together. Freeform. So really get in there and breathe. I always start with 3 breaths. As you can see, I got my running wrap on. It's a Saran wrap with my waist trainer. The cool thing about this is when you go do your cardio is it keeps your low back supported, so you don't, it's crazy, and your low back is supported, so your legs kind of feel a little supported too. So for you fighters, a great thing to do, what I learned in martial arts, is to kind of lean that shoulder in and snap. Practice that fucking snap. Hold an egg, invisible egg. Don't have a super strong grip. And so switch your grips, man. This is known as the Shakti Mudra. You can get great energy. So prayer, fingers in. It's 2 knife hands. Shakti, fingers out. And Shakti, you can get a really, it energizes. When your fingers go out, your brain lights up and gets energy. Now, as always, I like to do my active toes. Take your toes, right? That's how they normally are. Fan those motherfuckers out. Roll them back. Make them active. Now, if you're stiff, you just woke up just like I did. A little massage. And then roll over. Take the fat part of your butt. Roll it out. You want to get your butthole centimeters off the ground. I know it sounds funny or whatever, but that's just what it is. Now, one of my favorite stretches is put the palm to the balls of your feet. Breathe. Work that motherfucker. When you kick with the foot, there's 2 primary and 1 secondary place to do it. 2 primary is one with the balls of your feet, so you need your toes curled back so you don't break them. Like the balls of your foot on someone's chin. Good night. You're crow cop. You're crow copping that shit. And then you do a heel strike. So when you come into your stack log position, it's always good to rub that motherfucker out. Oh, see, I was starting to get tension in my body. So breathe and get the tension out. And this is just free form, man. This is just free form. But as you can see, those that you've known me in the last 2 years, I've come a long way. You know, I can go couldn't do that 2 years ago. Come here. And then grab. Rock side to side. I like to grab the outer part of my knee when I rock side to side to make sure that I don't hurt this joint. But anyway, butterfly. So again, with the striking, it's the two knees. What I like to do is active feet from a butterfly position, and then kind of massage, very gently, massage my two heels together, kind of get the mind, body activation, roll my toes in, and just kind of play. The number one thing is if shit is tender and not working right, once you touch them, you're gonna know. You're gonna know what's up. And then I just kind of rock and relax, and see how far I can get my shit down. Put my hands underneath my ankles, and then kind of get my knee or get my elbow on the. So as you can see, the left side is almost all the way down. The right side is a little tight, right? So that's in the psoas. So I just sit here and I gently rock, and I think of massaging that psoas. So I took a deep breath, and yeah, it's tight when I pull my body away. It's a little tight whenever I go in, but it's tighter when I pull my body away. That's the psoas. So I'm going to come down here and then slowly massage my psoas. So I've got my toes buried, active. So my toes are like this, with the balls on my feet. So I got my toes dug in, activating all my shit. I got my toes dug in, and I'm just gonna fucking go back and forth. Oh. Just feel it, man. Feel that shit out. All right, so I can feel the tightness in my back. All right, so we just gotta work that shit out. I don't want to go up too high because I'm not trying to fucking. This isn't an exercise. This is a stretch. The difference between an exercise and a stretch, even though a stretch is an exercise, is exercising, I'm training, I'm conditioning. Stretching, I'm trying to get back to harmony. I just want my body to work the way it's supposed to. So I'm going to come back, get in the seating position for my quads, come forward. Really, I'm going to go down, really burn those quads. I want to get a stretch in them. Come up. Activate the core. Back. And I'm still working on the psoas. I'm still trying to find the psoas. So this is a pretty good stretch. Work on it. So what you want to do is you want to be able to get your chest. So touch your thumbs to your sternum. I can't do that. So I just kind of cheat with it. I go as far as comfortable, and then kind of rise up. Actually, don't quote me on that last part. That's just something I was fucking around with. Find a yoga instructor. These are great exercises. Switching on the fly like that on the low is a little bit harder than you think. See? Still in the psoas. Play with the feet. You want a mind-body activation. So, my hip is a little injured, so this is very difficult for me. Now, on to some of my favorite parts. Frank was just here. All right. Now, strong hands over the thumb. Switch grips. So, the strikes. Hold the egg. We just get into the rhythm, get that shoulder, and just snap that kinetic energy. This will get everything lubricated, and it'll also teach you that you can snap the kinetic energy almost anywhere. So you could be going in like this to do a different move, you could be blocking. I mean, my arm is almost extended. And still snap that kinetic energy in there. Get something on it. But here, we're not throwing fucking hard punches. We're learning how to swim in and swim out of stuff. In my very, very, very brief time in combative, is what the Army calls it. I went through a course called Marine Corps Grappling. It's not the belt system. It wasn't the belt system. It was an extracurricular thing that we went and did with some sergeants. No paperwork, no nothing. It was just kind of like, they viewed it almost as PT. So the Gracies had trained the Marines, some Marines, and that later got incorporated into the belt system. Okay? But there was like, I don't know how many of these motherfuckers, 60, I'm just gonna guess. I knew it was 3 on the East Coast. So maybe there was 10 motherfuckers rolling around with black belts in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and black belts in 2 or 3 other things. Because the Marines had paid for these guys to go and collect 2 or 3 black belts. Okay. Those motherfuckers had come in and taught some shit to me and a few others. In my brief time, what was my fucking point? In my brief time doing that, I learned some shit. So, I guess that was the point. Oh, swim in, swim out. So, the most important thing I ever taught my guys is to swim in and swim out of stuff. So I kind of developed this, and then the you can't armbar me stretch. The you can't armbar me stretch is one of the better things that I ever taught, that we developed. But swim in, swim out, you can get something on it, use their oncoming momentum to drive your strike home. That's what I was getting at. Cool. Now, if somebody's going to try to Lomachenko you and go on the side, you get to a fucking bad platform. I'm seated. Boom. But that little bitty strike, without me really putting anything in it, is gonna shovel so much kinetic energy into the person. So especially if they're moving, they just matrix footwork, Lomachenko'd me. Boom. I got one right here. Boom. And as they're trying to set their feet, it's a great way to combine as much kinetic energy from their movement and your movement without really, you know, driving a good strike. So maybe boxing coaches might hate me saying this, but these kind of mixed strikes, mixed hammer fist, mixed punches, those kind of awkward platform strikes, they're good too, because they create a disadvantage into a way of getting a lot of kinetic energy into a strike. Feel me? So I might be here on a bad platform, right? I don't know, for whatever reason, I can't get into a good platform, but, or the opening is someplace, boom, and I'm able to get under the ribs, or I'm able to throw the knuckles into an eye socket or something soft tissue, nose, ear, whatever, because you break the fucking cartilage in someone's ear, it's not going to stop them. It might not be something they feel if they're high on endorphins, but coupled with, you know, like a black eye or something, it's going to make their balance a little bit, it could make their balance a little bit weird. It could make their perceptions a little bit weird. If you know, break someone's collagen in the ear, and they might not be able to feel kind of where their head's at, or they might not be able to perceive a temple strike. It's not perfect. Those of you know some fighting know what I'm getting at. I'm not a fucking kung fu master. I'm not here teaching martial arts. I'm here teaching my morning routine and the reason why I do some of the things that I do in the morning. I had to correct myself. I started getting on a striking. I was starting to teach striking that I'm not super qualified to. I'm just a guy that had some training when I was a kid. Now these are some of my more favorite exercises. The spin stuff, make figure eights, judo throw, that'll sambo throw. So working this way like an axe chopper, wood chopper, those things are good because when you do judo throws and sambo throws, you have to fucking be off balance for a second and then throw to get yourself back on balance. And a good way to kind of get your core to like that kind of movement. And plus these and then, you know, practice some good shit. I typically like to line up like this. So it's a good way to practice. And then the hidden esoteric part of that would be, instead of lining up like this, line up in a similar. So you can practice without someone knowing, and then do two things at once. You can practice with strong hands. These exercises are great because if you got someone in the clinch, in the strong hands clinch, they're going to be moving. And if you're used to being able to find that, and your muscles aren't going to be fucking all taxed doing the motion, then it's really easy to keep your grip. Or I like to lean my head on it as if I was fucking, if I had gotten somebody, you know, and I had to lean on it. Or if I'm trying to hide my throat, I'm trying to hide my, y'all know. But these are just things to fucking consider. Because all I'm trying to do now is get my body warm enough to go, and should have been breathing the whole time. Get my body warm enough to go run. Throw in some stretches, you know, throw in some cat dog. Throw in some cobras. Look that way. Look that way. Push up position. Up dog, down dog. Get down. Go, you know, whatever this is called. And get a little plank. The accumulation of functional movement like this is priceless, because it gets you stronger, it gets your nervous system heightened. You're not going to be as sick as much, you're going to breathe better, you're going to deal with the stress better, and it's not going to fucking whoop your ass like an intense weight training session. You know, get on one knee. Stretch. Midi back bend. Curl your toes. Come back to heart center. Give a little good stretch there. You know, work on your balance. Oh, see. Bounce a little bit. All things to consider, man. I'm gonna go run. I've been doing about 5 miles a day on the running machine. Takes me about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And that's what I've been doing. Actually, before I go, I wanna share some other things. I'm falling in love with doing kettlebell exercises with my medicine ball. Just like in rifle training, move it around your head, not your head around it. And then everything that you did with the Sven exercise, you can now do grabbing this, and it's awesome. And then you can do these. freeform, breathe, try to keep your low back as straight as possible. And then on the floor, get your feet kind of wide. Do figure eights. Keep your back straight as much as possible. Go the other way. Take it. Those are some good exercises. Fake Tai Chi. So rock this foot 70%, 70% on this leg, 30% on this leg. Just working on transfer. Turn the heel. It's a warrior position. Transfer. Warrior position. And then I call this hip hop dancing. Rocking your hips. Go the other way. But you do it holding this, and then you can, while you're up there, while you're dancing, make big circles, little circles, side to side, in, out, in, out, in, out, up, down. And then you can even throw in these numbers, shit you would do with the kettlebell, and then this shit down. Functional movement. Get that body working with itself. Great. And this is just another example of a morning routine. The only thing I didn't put in is the fact that I'm going to say Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, a few times. I'm going to record one. Let me just record one chant for you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Bolo Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Bolo Rama, Rama Rama. And that's about 10 minutes of that. A little seated breathing. And that's gonna be my morning until I gotta go run. So deep belly breathing, no shallow breathing. And hopefully that's cool.